these are the top 3 things that I've noticed after 7 days on the carnivore diet. This is just going to be kind of a one-take video. I'm just going to ramble on about it, things, and don't know how long it's going to be. So, first thing that I've noticed after a couple days on the diet, I noticed the carb addiction and sugar addiction is a real thing. It's legit. I don't remember where I saw it. It was a documentary or something. It was Dr. Drew, if anybody remembers him, or he's still around, but he was pretty big back in early 2000s. He was talking about how people who are coming off of quitting carbohydrates or sugar has similar effects to some of his patients who are withdrawing off of opioids. He's not, he didn't say it's the same thing. He's not putting opioid addiction and carb addiction in the same boat, but he said there are a lot of very similar characteristics of the two. So it's crazy. So if you're thinking about doing carnivore, you have to get your mind right. You have to get in a mindset that this is going to happen, because it's going to happen. Just be prepared, because if you're not, your mind starts playing tricks on you. It's crazy. Like you're like, oh, just one little candy bar won't hurt, or some chips, or a donut or a muffin, and you start talking to yourself like a crackhead would. It's like, just a little bit won't hurt. So that's the first thing that I noticed, was that, man, it's real. So it's telling me that it's a good thing to break an addiction. The second thing that I noticed was there is a lot of stored water in your body from carbohydrates. This is something that I looked up. Each gram of stored carbohydrates that's in your body will hold 3 to 4 grams of water. So like 453, something like that, 453 grams of water is 1 pound. So if you kind of like do that simple math, just over 100 grams of stored carbs in your body. 100 grams is not that much. There are people who are eating 400 and 500 grams a day. But 100 grams of stored carbohydrates is roughly a pound of water that you're going to be storing. So that's a lot. And not to get kind of into too much detail, but everybody goes to the bathroom, number one. Like, about average how much you go, and kind of about what color it is. If it's brown, go to the hospital. But man, after a few days, those stored carbs were being used, because I was out, from food. I wasn't putting any in. So, dog's trying to get down. So I was going to the bathroom every 30 minutes to an hour, and it was a ton, and it was pretty much clear. It was insane. If anybody's done the carnivore diet for any amount of time, you had the same experience, and you've had I've got to go to the bathroom every hour on the hour. So that was unexpected, and kind of a good thing, just to get that. People are like, oh, it's just water weight. Well, yeah, if I've got a gallon of water, that's 8 pounds or whatever. I don't want that in me. If it's just being stored, why would I want that? Get it out. I don't care. So that was the second one. And the third thing is like how little options there are available for people on a carnivore diet. As a truck driver, I have to go into truck stops and gas stations quite a bit. Some grocery stores, I can go to Walmart sometimes, but a lot of those don't really cater to truck drivers. They don't like us to be there. But even like if I go to a grocery store, I've got to like look at the map. I've got to look at parking. I got to make sure I can get in and out. The turns aren't too tight. I'm not going to crush a car if I can see where the parking lines are. So I rely mostly on truck stops and gas stations. And especially this time out, since I forgot my electric skillet, I forgot my refrigerator cord, so it's been a mess, but I'm making it work. But going the next time and just look at how much carbs are surrounding you, like consciously think about it, like nothing but chips and pop and candy and candy bars and muffins and donuts. It's crazy. I bet less than 5% is our carnivore options. 95% is just carbs and sugar. And even the 5% that is carnivore, it's like they put sugar in that stuff too. So it's like, like, I understand, because you put sugar in something, sugar does your pleasure sensor, your reward sensor in your brain, and it tastes good. So I understand, but man, there are not many options for carnivores. So you have to, if you're thinking about doing this, either like if you're traveling or truck driver, have a plenty of options with you, or have staples. Like if you're going to stop at Love's, you're going to Pilot, have in mind what is good, and stick with that until you're able to get to a Walmart or get back home. So those are the top 3 things that I have found after 7 days, that carb addiction is legit. It's real. There are gallons of stored water in you just because you have carbs being stored in you. And there aren't a lot of options. We are surrounded by sugar and carbs. Anywhere you go, you look around, it's nothing but sugar and carbs. So there you go. I will probably do another one of these at 30 days. I'll have a couple of weigh-ins by then, and I'll have maybe a little more stability and direction of where I'm going as far as this diet and the food that I eat. Mostly it's going to be ground beef, steak, eggs, and butter. That's kind of my staples that I'm thinking. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'm going to keep posting them. I try to keep them between like 2 to 3 minutes, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, but I don't want to just sit here and ramble like this every single day. I just want to get it short, sweet, to the point, and let you guys just see the journey and see the process. So have a good day. We'll see you in 30 days with another update.